Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is, I believe it's somewhere about 6 a.m. Very humid this morning in New York City. Uh, yeah, return to sender. Return to sender. Um, they've been attacking my brain a lot more in recent months. Going after the brain, and also it seems like they're trying to like burn like little nano holes or tears in my heart. A lot of times the frequencies, it feels like as if someone had a needle or a syringe placed on a open flame, let it get red hot, and then just like stick it into my chest and just start burning my heart. Or even better, as if like they have something called electroacupuncture, right? So it's more like as if someone stuck a needle in my heart, right? And then what they're doing is attached to the needle is a type of fiber or tube that can conduct electricity. And what they're doing is like, it's like they're like overcharging my the cells, or they're like cooking or overheating the cells of a very specific part of my heart. It's like there's this wave of this powerful, charged energy, and it's like it feels like it's sizzling through. It's like it completely bypassed the skin, bypassed any, my chest. It completely bypassed all the other layers that you have to go through to get directly to the heart. It's almost like someone took a rope and attached it to my chest and started swinging it wildly up and down, and then decided to pour gasoline on it and then light it on fire and just kept swinging it up and down viciously. That's what it feels like. But you know what? Return to sender. I noticed while on the train riding with my girl, they was attacking me a lot more, because I've been noticing a lot more things when it comes to probably THC in the nervous system and direct energy weapons attacks. If you have a pretty good understanding of what mindfulness is, what it truly means to visualize the very things that are around you, or anything that you feel. Can you picture what you feel? And then can you actually get your mind to actually make form or shape of whatever it is that you feel around you? And it's like, when I say that, it's like, I mentioned it in past videos where I say, you have this like the natural energy that's being emitted from your body, the radiation being emitted from your body. It's like a glow. When you look at a light bulb and you see that kind of almost like rainbow light glow around the light bulb, well, that's you. You're that light bulb, right? And what they're doing is they're taking a light that's similar to yours, but it's synthetic. And what they're doing is they have kind of like what I would say is like a cheat sheet for controlling the like not even a cheat sheet, but it's kind of more like they have like this it's a device. Like we have the ability to control how much white light, or that's actually not bad either, a white light, but how much light we can emit from our bodies. We have the ability to do that, but not a lot of people are aware of how to do that, right? Now, what they're doing is they're taking this light and they're basically modulating, or they're modulating the power and intensity of the light. They basically push buttons to increase how much power will be within that light, and they just direct it as a beam. They just concentrate it into a beam. So instead of it being like this broad overcast of light, like when the way the sun shines on, the way the sun shines on you or whatever, but rather it's a concentrated light that's focused into a tiny beam, right? And then they take that light and they try to find the exact measurement, or the exact the exact measurement of how powerful your light is, and then they try to mimic it. Once it mimics it, the system then locks on to what your light is. It locks on to your code. It locks on. So now it's basically mimicking you. Then what they do after that is, in their system, they then can change and modify how much energy your body will either consume or rather absorb, or how much energy they can take from you. So hold on. So return to sender. This morning while I was on the train riding with my girlfriend to work, they actually had they tried something different. It was new. In my left collarbone, or it was more towards the trapezius, really, my traps. They had this intense, crazy, strong beam of energy just blasting into my traps, right? And and it was coming, I was sitting on the train, and it was coming from I was tracking the energy, because I've told you before that you can actually feel these frequencies. Especially with your right hand, if you're sensitive enough, you can actually feel the thermal heat, the heat presence of the frequencies, and you can also feel sometimes even the pulse, the wave of the frequency. And it's interesting because when I can feel it, I then realize I can actually grab it. And when I grab it, I can feel the pulse of the wave even stronger. And then it almost becomes like now I have an even stronger grip on the wave itself. So the waves, you can actually, if you can feel an attack on your body, then you can actually feel the wave in being, you can feel the wave passing through space. But you have to use your own energy to kind of the reason why I say use your hand is because when you use your hand to do it, you your hand is emitting energy itself too, right? So as your hand is emitting energy and your hand comes across an energy that's supposed to be more stronger than yours, or I would say not stronger, but I mean the intensity of the energy they're using is probably stronger than the state that you're in. So if you wave your hand against or through the light energy, the light beams that they're shining on, you can feel the particles interact with your energy. Like I don't even know how to really explain it. Like over time, even my girlfriend, she can actually feel the particles. Like for me, it feels like when I hold my hand steady in front of a beam that's being, that's like let's say a beam that's like focused on my chest, right? It feels like someone is taking a sandblaster, and not even a sandblaster, but it seems like it feels like someone took like, I don't know, like like a leaf blower and filled it with sand. And then the sand is just like hitting against my hand so hard. I think I rolled over that roadkill. Anyway, okay, this is where I'm at. Let me see if I can find me a seat. You know what? I'm about to just bloop, bloop, bloop. All right, I'll be back. So yeah, your light can interact with the or it kind of like cause like an interference. But I realized maybe it's through meditation that we learn meditation and learning how to control and harness the energy that we produce ourselves. We can, like, when we become joyous, I believe that's when we actually, emit like a large amount of light from our spiritual body, our light body. But when we're like angry or upset or things like that, that's when we give off kind of like what I would like to call a dark, heavy, vibratory or vibrating, intense feeling. Like in most horror movies, when you see someone or like hear someone mention something like there's like a very dark, disturbing feeling in here. It's very intense, something along the lines like, like it almost seems like it feels like nothing but anger or hostility, or like something hasn't been, I don't know, like something hasn't been settled, with a presence or something like that. But anyway, let me finish this, I'll get back. So now that I finished that route, so return to sender, I realized that I don't know, at any given moment, they could probably decide, okay, we're gonna kill him now, right? So I don't know, this morning they tried something different. I never felt it, like it was such an intense, like I haven't even checked my shoulder or my collarbone to see if there's any skin, pigmentation, or not pigmentation, but discoloration. Any skin discoloration or any soreness or sensitivity or anything. It was like all like right up here, like right where you see the book bag strap at. There was like the diameter of the concentrated light was probably no bigger than I'd say about an inch round, something like that. Anyway, yeah. So you know what? I wasn't really sure if they were actually trying to take me out this morning or not. So all I could do is I just had to remind myself, and this is something I've been practicing lately, is reminding myself that I am light too. I am an energy source too. And by me saying this, I am also realizing that you can use light to try to not necessarily block out light, but you can probably use light to cancel or kind of almost even match the same brightness of light or whatever, to the point where it kind of almost blends, right? It almost blends together, and you wouldn't even really be able to tell the difference. So I started imagining in myself that I am a source of energy. I am a light. So what I decided to do was imagine starting from my chest, starting from my core, the center where all of where all of our energy comes from, our heart chakras. I started imagining this blooming white glow just starting from the center of my chest, and then it just expanded outward, going out throughout the rest of my chest, into my arms and legs, then up into my neck, then expanding even more, going into the brain, going through the fingertips, going through the toes, and just imagining this white light just expanding outward from your body. And just always remember, you're connected to an infinite source of energy. Not just the sun, but you're connected to God. You're connected to the being that created all life and all matter. So if you decide that you want to envision yourself as a white light being able to, outbright or outshine or heal, or you just want to be able to expand your energy so much that you will basically light up every dark corner or dark space wherever you go, you can do that. You just have to actually envision it. You have to manifest it with your mind. You have to see yourself glow into this light. You have to say, I am light. I am a bright light. I am the brightest light. I am the strongest, most powerful light. The light that comes against me is an intruder. It is an imposter. This light that is working against me seeks to steal from me my energy, because this light is not organic. This light is not a part of light. This light that is being used against me, is simply not real. Return to sender. And I would say return to sender, and all of a sudden I would feel kind of like this almost like this release. Like there's like this wave that just goes over my body, and it feels like let's say I had a gas bubble or something inside of like my belly, and I was trying to like get that good burp in, right? You feel the gas bubble in your stomach. You trying to just like, you're trying to just like you're trying to get the burp out, and then when you finally get it out, it's like your whole body just releases. So I started thinking to myself, return to sender. And when I say return to sender, what I am envisioning, what I am manifesting in my mind is that every power, like every ounce of that energy, or every, harmful energy or thought that is being transmitted against my body or against my likeness, Yes, you gotta say against my likeness, because that's basically what they're attacking. When you learn about some of the technology that's out there, what they're doing is they're attacking a digital likeness of you on devices. That's why they call it no-touch torture, because they've used the technology to link your spiritual bioelectric energy to a system that can transmit data and commands to your body. This digital likeness of you that's on like let's say it's like a computer game for. It's a hyper game sim. It's a hyper game simulation for them. Hyper game simulation. Hyper game simulation. That's exactly what it is for them. And what they're doing is they're basically doing a number of things to you to see what you'll do. They're doing a number of things to you to see what you'll do. Just look up hyper game theory. Look up hyper game theory. Think about everything that you ever tried to do that was motivational to yourself or progressive for yourself. Anything that involved you basically becoming the best version of you. And it always seemed like there's some type of interference there. Someone or something is always trying to interfere with you raising your vibrations up, you raising, your energy up. Return to sender. Return all of that nasty, hateful, angry, jealous, whatever that energy is, that violent, disgustingly over-sexualized, return all of that energy back to sender. Return all that energy back to sender. Alright. I'll be back. So, return to sender. That's all I can remember is return to sender, because that's the only thing that I could really say to try to clear my mind at times. At least for now, that's what I've been using for the last few hours. But so aside from that, oh man, this is a long walk. Oh. But cut through here? Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I don't know, they've been really attacking the head a lot hard than this way. So then what I also been noticing is like I always tell everyone, do not react to anything that is not clear and present. So what I've been noticing a lot more is what sounds like subliminal or covert gaslighting in the voices of people that's around me. But, the thing about it is you also know that with AI, they can basically copy or replicate the voice of anyone living around you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. This is 15 deep. Yeah. So, what they're doing, what they could be doing too is like, whatever people that could be within your area, right? They could have they could copy the voices of those people that's within your area, and then type up statements, from their remote computer, type up statements in that that person's voice, and then transmit that person's voice saying that statement to your mind. At least that's what I believe is also possible. Okay. Hold on. But yeah, so I've been noticing a lot more what sounds like it could be people talking about it, but like I always tell you, do not physically react to anything if you can't actually prove it. Do not give it any real reaction, because that's what they're baiting you into. They're baiting you into situations and scenarios where you claim that you heard or saw someone doing something towards you or about you, but you don't have any real proof, so all they're gonna say is like, what? You're crazy. Oh, no, ain't nobody's talking about you or doing anything to you. But you gotta remember, if they're deep faking videos, and we know that they can deep fake people's voices, and we know that they can transmit audio signals into people's auditory cortex, if we know all these things, then why would it be hard to believe that they can actually replicate or copy, good morning, or clone someone's voice, and then make statements, type up statements, so that the AI can then say those statements using someone else's voice and transmit them into your brain. So then you think that this person is talking to you or talking about you. Look, then you also got to remember that light, when stimulating certain neurons in the brain, especially in the visual cortex, can produce images that aren't necessarily there. So we know that too, because many of us have been mentioning things about holograms and dream manipulations. That in itself is basically, it's like how they take the coding of a video, right? They take the coding, but it's just basically converted into electrical impulses. So then when it's received by the brain, we see it almost as if it's like a memory, but instead of a memory, it's actually a video that's been transmitted into your brain. But then, yeah, so for the most part, I'm doing all right. Y'all know I'm strong. And then whenever I feel like I'm too weak, I just go ahead and let God handle the rest. Thank you. Yeah, so, but not only am I experiencing a lot more of the subliminal statements and things of that sort, or the confusion of V2K. I mean, not V2K, but like as if like someone or people around me are talking about me. Not only am I experiencing that, but at times I tend to feel like, maybe I may be like kind of covertly being sabotaged at work in some way, shape, or form. But that in itself, I really can't prove either. So my best bet is to just be patient, because everything done in the dark must and always come to light and shall come to light. And I'm all right for the most part. I mean, I'm trying to learn as much as I can about using, what's going on? I'm trying to learn as much as I can about using the spiritual energy, or using my energy, my light body energy, to try to see if I can. Damn, why you gotta be trying to turn at the same time I'm trying to go left? All right. Yeah, I'm trying to find, cause I swear I know somewhere there is a human being out here who is probably spiritually and mentally capable of showing me how to actually try to block these frequencies just by, I don't know, maybe, I have no idea. Because if they're using light to basically resonate with us and to then cause our cells and our bodies and our organs and things to become out of whack because they're modulating the frequency, they're modulating the intensity of the frequency that they're transmitting toward us. There's gotta be a way that we can do the same back to them. And that's why I've been finding myself saying the words return to sender. I feel like when I say return to sender, I am trying to manifest that very same thing, return to sender. Every bit of these frequencies, the pain, the torment, the brain fog, everything that they're doing, return to sender. Whoever is transmitting this stuff to our bodies, return to sender. Let it return back to all those who take part of it, all those whose hands are full of blood because they have been profiting off of the death and destruction of innocent people just so that they can, buy a few cars or buy a larger home that they don't necessarily need. Return to sender. I'm trying, y'all. I'm really out here trying. I'm trying to be a light. I'm trying to be a light. But I know I am a light. I'm just trying to be an even brighter light so that my light cancels out their light. Return to sender. All right. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all go for now. I'll probably make another video later because I feel like I haven't gotten everything off my chest yet. So, as always, try to practice doing this. They're transmitting energy to your body. Just remember this, you want it to go back to them, right? Return to sender. Take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.